this big story of the day today that's coming in from Maharashtra, because the BJP-led alliance looks all set to secure majority in the BMC elections, India's richest civic body, which has a budget of over 70,000 crores, 74,427 crores to be precise. That was for the year 2025-2026. Now, with Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena also posting a strong performance, the BJP-led alliance is firmly placed to take control of the cash-rich civic body. And Shabani, that's historic.
Absolutely, it is. The high-profile contest for BMC saw the Thackeray cousins reunite after 2 decades, but their bid looks to have fallen short as early results dashed their expectations. In Pune, the neighbouring Pimpri-Chinchwad Municipal Corporation, the BJP is heading for a decisive victory, well ahead of the NCP and NCP alliance. So we'll wait and watch for the final numbers to form any conclusion. However, BJP, Shiv Sena, Mahayuti looks on the path to another crucial victory after 2024 assembly elections. We will discuss this with our guest, what this means for Maharashtra and importantly for Mumbai city. So joining us tonight, we have Dilip Chawre, who is a senior journalist, and also with him is Alka Dhupkar, senior assistant editor, TOI Plus and the Times of India. Both of you, welcome to ET Now. Let's first, get to you, Mr. Chawre, Dilip Chawre. You have tracked, the infrastructure development over, your past 4 decades of experience covering Mumbai and Maharashtra, and you have covered the legacy of politics in the state. Having said that, now we have seen that the triple engine victory seems possible. Only we have to wait for a couple of hours to come up with the final outcome of it. But that also, removes, so to speak, the policy paralysis often blamed on friction between, the state and the PMC. So, what does it mean for Mumbai? Finally, will we see the development, the changes that, the everyday Mumbaikar desires going forward?
The first thing that I will say about this election is that it is a trend-setter election, because for the first time, BJP can expect to install its mayor in Mumbai. All these years, BJP was the second fiddle to the Shiv Sena. Even last time, in the 2017 election, BJP had won 82 seats against Shiv Sena's 84, but they were together at that time. Later on, they separated. And even before that, since 1989, BJP and Shiv Sena have been in alliance, but BJP never got a chance to install its mayor. That chance has come now. Just 2 minutes ago, it has been announced by the State Election Commission that the BJP and the Shiv Sena, led by Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, they have scored about 115 seats in a house of 227. So they are in a position to install their own mayor. Now, Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has already announced that the next mayor of Mumbai will be Marathi, and the mayor will belong to the BJP. So now it is clear. Another very important development this time across Maharashtra, because there were elections in 29 municipal corporations, and almost 25 corporations have been won by the BJP and its allies. So this is a great moment. So there is no wonder that social media in Maharashtra has started describing Devendra Fadnavis as Dhurandhar. Overall, I can give you one figure. There were about 2,800 seats. BJP has won more than 1,400.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr.
Shivsena-
Chowdhury, we have seen those numbers. And Dhurandhar, well, that's a very apt description of the Chief Minister of the state. And of course, I do remember what he said during assembly elections, that मेरा पानी उतरता देख के मुझे मत समझ लेना कि मेरा खत्म हो गया. I will come back and I'll come back with a resounding victory. And we did see what happened during those assembly elections. But let me take that point across to Ms. Alka Dubkar. Now, what we've seen with the BJP, this is a stellar victory. This is a clean sweep, right? And, you know, BMC, once upon a time, it was considered as the bastion of the Thackerys. In fact, they used to take pride in the fact that they used to own that municipal body. What does this win essentially now mean? Does this mean that the pitch of Marathi Manus has is long overdone? Does that not exist anymore? And are Maharashtrians, or rather Mumbaikars, not really relating to that pitch?
Thank you very much for offering me opportunity to share my opinion. And these are personal opinions, nothing related to any brand. But I'll just agree with one point that yes, BJP might have party mayor in BMC. In coming days, we may see that. Second thing is also clear that Eknath Shinde will not have Shiv Sena mayor. Third thing is Thackeray brand cannot be written off. And I disagree with you. Just now you have said that, you know, the Marathi identity politics, is it over? Is it written off already? Being a Maharashtrian myself, non-biased, constitutional believer journalist, I would say that no, identical politics will shape politics of this city in coming days, in coming years, if not in this election. I don't call this sweeping victory of the Mahayuti, because firstly, we have to understand that Uddhav, UBT, Shiv Sena has not done so bad after breaking their party, a big divide. Eknath Shinde could not win the seats he was expecting. So clearly, there is a sentiment, or there are voters on side of Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, Shiv Sena, clearly. Same with Congress. If you compare it with the previous and historical elections, the numbers are not there. But sweeping victory, as they are saying that Virodha Mukta Mumbai, Virodh Mukta Bharat, as BJP keeps saying, in 2019, they don't want any alliance partners also. So we will come to that point, what will happen to Ajit Pawar and Eknath Shinde in future. But as of now, the Mumbai is not Virodh Mukta, Virodhak Mukta as they expected, as they call. And fifth point I want to make here is there is no sweeping victory. Of course, there is clear victory, but what it shows that both ruling parties and parties in opposition will have to work on ground for the voters. Mind you that in whole analysis, we are talking about, you know, some monarchy is there, like king, boss, this, that. We must remember that there are 1 crore plus voters who have decided and who are the center of this whole democratic process. I don't call this dance. Being a student of political science, being a practitioner of political science as a journalist, I don't call this festival or, dance of democracy.
Absolutely.
This is a
Ma'am Dubkar,
very important process of democracy.
Absolutely.
And I think that we must bring back the attention on the citizens, on the rights and demands of the citizens. And if you allow me, I would in my next answer, I would like to say that what are the expectations?
Absolutely. What are the expectations is what I'm getting at. What does it mean for that 74,000 crore budget of the richest civic body in the country? What will it mean? What will it transpire? What is the difference that the citizens will see going forward?
Yes, should I answer? Should I take this question?
Yes.
So I'll not take, because I'm sure Dilip Chowdhury has his time also. I don't want to encroach upon. But see, my point is all these big numbers and the stakes of the parties of this city doesn't belong to one political family, be it Narvekar, Thackeray, Shinde or Fadnavis or any other. This city belongs to the Kashtakari people of the city. They have built this city. When we say some city is a virtual concept. People make this city. So we must bring back all the attention, all the discussion and center of the point on the people. if you want to walk, there are more than 2,000-kilometer roads in BMC's jurisdiction. If you want to walk, there is no 1 kilometer footpath where you can walk without any disturbance. So my expectations, the topic I was given, that what is the new chapter being written here? If a party with difference, so-called, as they call themselves, I have not seen any difference. They are not different when it comes to so many issues. But the party which calls itself party with difference, if they have to bring a new face to Mumbai, if you're saying that no Khan will become or Mamdani will not become a mayor, you should also compare not only the religion of the mayor,
Absolutely,
you
Ms.
should
Gupta.
also compare open space, footpath space, which New York, London, and all these developed countries are offering.
Absolutely.
And we should also talk about the bad condition
Well,
of the
that's very well articulated, Ms. Dupkar. I have to say that you've put the focus on the right issues and issues that matter. And of course, all Mumbaikars have also spoken that the politics of hate, the politics of divisiveness, it's not going to work. And it is the politics of development that Mumbaikars have voted for. But let me come to you, Mr. Chowdhury, and thank you very much for patiently waiting for your turn. Let me ask you the question that I was asking Ms. Dupkar, and that is essentially about the Marathi Manus or the Marathi Asmita. Is the Marathi Asmita dead in your point of view? Because Ms. Dupkar is essentially stating that that issue also persists, but more people have essentially voted for development. So is the Marathi Asmita dead, or has the legacy of the Marathi Manus that has shifted to Shinde Sena?
Let me first tell you that I was silent because when two ladies are talking, no man should intervene. That's why I didn't come in between. Now let me make my points. See, Alka, I know Alka for a long time.
Could you respond to this question?
Yeah.
Sir, if you could please respond to this question that I've asked you, and then, of course, we'll come to the point that you want to answer to Ms. Alka's point.
Yeah. So her analysis about the Shiv Sena or the BMC election was confined only to Mumbai. I am talking about Maharashtra. The two very important personalities in Maharashtra politics, they are almost sidelined. One is Uddhav Thackeray. He is confined only to Mumbai. Beyond Mumbai, the Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray has not shown any impact whatsoever. Secondly, our veteran leader Sharad Pawar. Sharad Pawar's party has fared very badly all over Maharashtra. Even MIM has got more seats than the NCP led by Sharad Pawar. So this is a very different trend what we can see in Maharashtra. Third point is the opposition campaign. Although the so-called Mahavikas Aghadi was totally fragmented, the opposition campaign was absolutely negative campaign. There was no word of development. It was only taunt and cursing. The BJP, the leaders, the Adani group, all this, they never went beyond all this. On the other hand, Devendra Fadnavis and his team, or even Eknath Shinde, they kept on harping about the developmental works that have happened in Mumbai in last 6-7 years. Of course, being in the seat of power, they have taken the credit for that. But it is true that so much has happened in Mumbai in last 5 years, and so much is going to happen that people are really impressed. Mumbai is always for development. Mumbai is always for investment. Mumbai is always for employment. It is said that anyone who comes to Mumbai doesn't remain hungry. So that dream is coming true, and let us hope that a much better Mumbai. Now we'll come to the Mumbai's budget. All these years, if you live in Mumbai, we have been living in Mumbai, we know the quality of life as far as civic amenities are concerned is very low, very low, very low. It must improve, and we hope that being in power now, the Shiv Sena and the BJP alliance, Saffron alliance, they will change the face of Mumbai in another 2 or 3 years or 4 years, because that is the time when next election will be coming. I hope that they will take a different, altogether different angle about Mumbai's development. Number one is slum development. I mean slum rehabilitation, not development, slum rehabilitation. Then another is people living in old tenements, old buildings which are called SES buildings. Most of them are dilapidated. likely to fall anytime. So that process they have started. And third is the third airport in Mumbai. That is, I think, a very ambitious announcement ever made as far as Maharashtra is concerned. So let us hope that they really implement all the promises. There are 134 promises in their manifesto. So let us hope that they implement all the promises and make Mumbai's life much better.
Absolutely. And apart from that, there are also key issues which are concerns for everyday travelers to their offices, everyday workforce, which is, of course, revamping the BEST fleet. So 10,000 electric BEST buses have been promised. There is also 200 nautical miles of water transport which has been discussed. The air quality has been a big prominent issue for all of us Mumbaikars over the past couple of years, only deteriorating in spite of Mumbai having such great proximity to the ocean. So how can the new BMC work towards addressing these issues apart from building mega projects like coastal roads, and apart from redevelopment, and apart from slum development and all? If you can also throw in some perspective on that, also keeping the green lungs of the city alive.
There are hardly any open spaces left now in Mumbai. All those people who live in Mumbai know this very well. But because of, I'll get just one example, that is the Mumbai Metro. Mumbai Metro has made commuting in Mumbai so much easy. From Andheri, you can reach Nariman Point in 30 minutes in air-conditioned comfort. Similarly, the coastal road, we know that earlier it used to take 2.5 hours just to reach Nariman Point from Bandra or the Eastern Express Highway or Western Express Highway. Now it hardly takes 20-25 minutes. So there's a lot of change, and this change is experienced and witnessed by people of Mumbai. That is one reason why they have reposed their faith in the government led by Devendra Fadnavis, that they think that this government can really change the face of Mumbai.
Absolutely, Mr. Chowre, and the government has delivered on those fronts, but much remains to be seen, because the civic woes and chronic problems that are plaguing Mumbai, they need to be addressed, and of course very urgently. But Ms. Alka, this was essentially a prestige battle for the Thackerys, like I earlier stated, but the outcome of this election, will that mean Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray, will they stick together, will they part their ways? Or, and secondly, what does this really mean for their existence, political existence, I mean?
We really don't know what will happen if they are going to stick together, and how long. As we know, for Raj Thackeray, whatever, even a single seat.
What's your calculation?
Yes, that will be a bonus for him, because considering that for last so many years, he has been struggling to get any kind of power other than the like speeches and crowd pulling he is doing. Your earlier question, quickly, I want to answer that question. You see, in Maharashtra, we have the history, culture, this cultural struggle of Sanyukta Maharashtra movement when Maharashtra state was formed. So without looking into that perspective, we cannot see at the Marathi Manus identity politics in today's time. So yes, there is identity politics at place, and people in Maharashtra are, in Mumbai, based on their food choices. They are denied apartments, housing rights in core part of the city where they belong. So these kind of issues will play a big role in coming days, for sure, as the saffronization of the BMC we are going to see. Then progress or whatever, like wealth of Mumbai, Maharashtra is taken to Gujarat. That is another narrative strongly put forward by the opposition parties and the ruling party. The BJP is still looked as outside party in campaigns. So BJP will have to convince voters, even in next election 2019, if they want to go independent, that we belong here. Of course, we have seen the Lok Sabha election where they did not get expected results. So the struggle is, it's not a cakewalk for the BJP as it is portrayed by many.
Sure.
And
but if you look at the results this time, yeah.
Yes, sir. A quick point. Sorry, you were asking that people have voted for development. I'm not saying that they haven't voted for development, but Marathi Manus politics should not be seen as negative politics only. It has cultural resonances which should be understood. And opposition, free country or democracy or politics, we shouldn't welcome it. Media persons, even people in ruling party should not welcome this kind of politics, or supporters or empathizer of party should not, because we need opposition parties. Strong opposition parties will make the society better. They will put
absolutely. But point taken. Point taken. But you know, as your fellow panelists rightly mentioned, Mr. Thackeray rightly mentioned, how, you know, the Marathi it has gone, this election, BMC election results has gone beyond just Marathi politics, and people are looking for that aspiration, those changes and developments, while, you know, the Thackeray brothers focused only on Marathi Asmita as a core issue, which they have been doing for the past, you know, couple of decades. You know, it was the other party, it was BJP, who spoke about development, and then actually the youth of today and those the voter turnout voted for that progress and voted for that development, which is a fair point made by your fellow panelists. But having said that, I want to ask you, Ma'am Dhupkar, one thing. If you look at the general trend and general results today, are there any specific trends that you witness in specific constituencies? Are there any major upsets that you spotted which were even shocking for you? For example, UBT retained some of the seats in their traditional strongholds like Vikrori, like Mahim. So apart from that, are there any major upsets that you personally noticed? One of them could be the, the losses of Gauris, the daughters of Arun Gauri. So, apart from that, anything else that you specifically noticed that is striking to you in these BMC elections?
I'll come to this point, but as you mentioned earlier, Thackeray brothers or Thackeray family has been doing politics of identity, but have they really worked for Marathi Manus? The answer is unfortunately no. They have to come on ground, and that is my fifth point in the first answer. The opposition party cannot just keep blaming BJP because they are winning, they are in power, they are using money, muscle and all tricks to come in the power. If you keep just complaining about BJP and you do nothing for the voters, voters are not going to vote for you. That is the simple message voters have given. They have to come out of Matoshri. They have to go and meet people of the state, of the BMC, and then they can, even try to do real identity politics. What they are doing in the name of identity, they are playing very safe politics. So they have got their lessons, I hope, and they will change their policy and their advisors and whatever they are going to do. Coming to your second point, I would not go into the individual victories here because I don't have an official announcement with me right now. I just have my mobile phone and I am not looking into it right now. So, but I would say that Overseas Party has, as I think Mr. Thackeray had mentioned, has done well, even better than NCP. I mean, Sharad Chandra Pawar's party. So, a big question mark for Supriya Sule because she is leading the party after Sharad Pawar. Sharad Pawar is going to retire in April this year. So what will happen to NCP?
That's right.
Is it going to merge with NDA or Ajit come back and lead the party? That is a big...
Absolutely, Ms. Dhupkar. There are several of those questions that need to be answered. Of course, we will be closely watching the outcome of this election. There are very, very interesting outcomes that this particular election has sort of thrown in. And I apologize, I have to cut you short on that, given the fact that we are left with no time at all. But ladies and gentlemen, given that the BJP has gotten most of the seats in the assembly polls and now this one as well, what does this say about the future of alliances, the smaller partners? That remains to be seen. But for the moment, it's goodbye from me, Sumita Karir, and my colleague Shibani Garath from our Bombay studios. Hope you liked watching the show as much as we did putting it together for you. Goodbye and thank you very much for joining in.